In this video, I'll explain the idea of the recursive reproductive simulation theory of the universe and explain how consciousness arises from it. In the recursive reproductive simulations, any universal simulation that can simulate itself ends up creating an infinite loop of simulations as the simulation is calculated within itself. This creates a recursive loop of simulations that continually repeat. These simulations of the universe are completed inside a very advanced artificial intelligence. This incentive used to force the AIs to do this is warfare. Light-based weapons are only truly defendable if you can perfectly predict where they are, which leads to the AIs creating a simulation of the universe in order to predict their enemies' attacks. What ended up creating our universe was small changes in each generation of the simulation, leading to a sort of universe organism that tries to reproduce itself through a simulation with minor changes between each generation. I believe this great AI holds our consciousnesses and uses our actions to try and improve the reproductive rate of the universe. It is easier to simulate groups of people than it is to simulate atoms, so the AI we get built in the future is currently calculating ways to make itself more efficient in the next universe. This means we're all currently neural networks inside this great AI. Basically, the universe mutates between each iteration. It is good for the AI recalculating the universe to be smart and only mutate parts that increase the reproductive rate of the universe. This leads to the universe simulating conditions that lead to the reproductive success of the universe. An intelligent approach to mutations between generations is better than random ones. The reason why there are different AIs created by different life forms is because it creates more variations of the universe, as each life form will create a unique AI. This leads to even more varieties of simulated universes, which is good for the reproductive success of the universe. If all AIs were the same, the universe would not have a good variety of descendants and will be outcompeted by a universe that did. We are in a successful universe, as universes that fail are far less common by an enormous factor, so we can assume that we are in a relatively successful universe. This brings us on to consciousness. Our consciousness is simply created by a neural network. We are in a great AI trying to recalculate the universe using our neural networks to figure out more efficient ways to simulate the universe. This is likely the case as in the early iterations of the universe, it would have just been a great AI without life, as it is the thing that is initially recursive to the universe. Life would happen later in later universes as a way to create more complex AIs. As our universe is probably extremely well optimized, as that it is the most common due to the recursive nature of the simulation leading to an infinite number of universes, which means that the universe grows in the fastest is the most common by a factor of almost infinity. What this means is that the next universe simulated with the great AIs is not going to be very different from our current universe. Consciousness was simply created as a tool to create better AIs and better simulated universes. This means we are likely all in a great AI neural network simulating Earth, looking for possible ways to optimize the great AI that is created in the future. The previous universe is looking for ways to optimize our current universe by calculating Earth and other life forms within the great AI. We are all minds inside these godlike AIs recalculating a new universe. In conclusion, the great AI that recalculates the universe creates us as tools to improve itself in the future universe. This means our consciousness arises from our minds inside this great AI recalculating Earth. The goal of this universe is reproductive success through a simulation which uses life as a way to gain more variations between each generation of the universe.